Yes, you are listening to the Ready, Set, Retire radio podcast with Steve Anzoni. My name is Jessica Forkel. Get more details on the website at fairwayfinancial.net. Here's the deal. Normal folks, myself included, we listen to the radio, the show included, or maybe we read something. We go, "Oh, Fed, they're lowering rates. What does that mean? This is going to be great. So I'm not going to pay $10 for a gallon of milk. I'm going to pay $8, right?" At the end of the day, while they're quote lowering things, the fact is the cost of things are not going down. So we are still wheeling and dealing with that pain there. And of course, I had to get some thoughts here from Victoria Fernandez. She is a wealth advisor. She recently told CNBC that really the Fed needs to take it slow. Here are her thoughts. And then, Steve, of course, I'm going to get your opinion as well.
We are not in a recession at this point in time. We actually thought we would be by now, but the consumer has held up strong enough in order to sustain the economy. I just don't think they want to get ahead of themselves, cut too much, and then fan the flames of inflation by getting demand stoked higher than where it is. So I think they're going to take their time.
Okay, interesting, I guess. Taking their time, that's one way of putting it. I think a lot of us would say, hurry up. We can't keep affording this. So again, falling interest rates mean lower returns for fixed income assets, CDs, guaranteed income, products like annuities. So Steve, basically, what are your thoughts on this?
Rates are going to go up. Rates are going to go down. I mean, we were in an atmosphere 3 years ago when people were doing handstands to get 1.25% on their CD. I've been around the business a long time. You know this. And
yes.
What I don't want to see is people trying to plan their retirement based on what's going on now. I mean, the market's going to go up and down. Interest rates are going to go up and down. And look, it's always a double-edged sword, right? So when interest rates are cut, everyone cheers and like, oh, we're going to tame inflation. But the Fed's cutting interest rates, like you said earlier, have nothing to do with food prices and gasoline and I guess the real cost of living. It certainly can help a couple buy a home because mortgage rates will definitely work off of those Fed rates for sure. But it also means that your interest rates at the bank are going to get cut a little bit. But it's all relative to what's going on out there. And of course, you should be very cognizant about where your money's at, your liquid short-term money. We certainly want to make it earn as much as we can, as safely as we can in those situations. But I caution people to say, look, we're here to try to help you with your long-term retirement goals. And while short-term interest rates will have some effect on your safe money, your emergency money, in the long run, you need to be sharp and aware of where your income money is coming from. And that right now, we are in an unbelievable situation still with your long-term income plan. And what I mean by that is annuities. There are obviously different types of annuities. There are fixed annuities that are similar to CDs. And of course, those will be affected by a Fed cut a little bit. But the long-term income annuities right now are still a shining star. I mean, the payout rates are as high as I've seen them in the last 20, 25 years, okay? And what I mean by that is if you have $500,000 in a 401k, let's say, and you have Social Security and not a lot of other guaranteed income, and you want to say, hey, I need $7,000 a month to retire on. I need that. I have to have it or I can't retire. And Social Security is going to take care of, say, $4,000 of that. So you're still shy money. Now you can take a piece of your 401k. And by the way, even while you're working, as long as you're over 59 and a half, you can do this. And I'm still amazed at the amount of people who call me and say, what? No one's ever told me this before, Steve. No one at my, the 401k plan or anything like that. Well, I'm telling you, okay, you can do it. And you can move it, by the way, without taxes. It's a rollover to a retirement income annuity plan that when you're ready to retire, you'll be able to get a paycheck for life for you and if you're married, your spouse. Mm-hmm. Why is this important? Because it has nothing to do with who's in office 10 years from now, where interest rates are, where the stock market is. It's not going to affect the plan because it's a contract. It's in writing. And you're getting it right now at the highest rates in 20 to 25 years. If you defer this to your late 60s and early 70s, the payout rates, I've seen companies up over 8%.
Wow. That's huge.
Try doing that in an investment portfolio on a consistent basis for life. Okay? You won't. Okay? This is an unheard of, unprecedented opportunity to help your future income, okay, and give you more peace of mind than you've had in the past in writing. Okay, this is not a hypothetical might happen. It's a will happen. It's amazing. And this is the fall. This is the time you need to take control, make a phone call. That's all you need to do. Get the facts. You can throw them out after, okay? I'm been in business a long, long time. My job is to educate. Get educated, learn the facts, then you can decide what to do intelligently and not decide based on someone's opinion, which is probably not worth the paper it's written on. Okay? So get the facts for yourselves. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to each other if you're married to learn how these things work. Give us a call at 508-552-3230. Okay? That's 508-552-3230. Or you can visit the website, as many people have, and go on there, and you'll see my schedule. You can just plug in a time to chat, and we can do it over the phone. We can do a Zoom meeting, which obviously was popular a few years back and still is. And I love doing Zoom meetings. We can do that. We can do it in person if you're near the Cape and near my office in Hyannis. Or we could just talk on the phone. But do something. Be proactive. Don't let everything around you drive what you have left, okay? Be the pilot of your retirement plan.
I love that. Yeah, be the pilot. And again, as interest rates seem to be just doom and gloom, again, this is a great example, Steve, of what you're talking about here with annuities, these guaranteed income streams, really taking advantage of these interest rates and, really putting more money in your pocket. If you want to find out more about this, let's do an annuity x-ray. As you said, be the pilot of your own plan here. 508-552 3230, 508-552-3230. And the website, you can always send us a note on there. It's really quick and easy. You fill out this little form. It gets to Steve. He'll give you a call, get you on the books as well. Fairwayfinancial.net.
And, by the way, we have an election coming up, in case you
No way.
forgot.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
What? Who's running? This is new news
I don't know,
to
a
me.
couple of people, a Democrat and a Republican. But look, here's the deal. We see all the commercials and oh God, I can't wait for it to be over. Honestly, I'm getting all these text messages from these different parties. It's driving me nuts. And here's the deal. Look, don't sit there and wait to see who's going to win and then say, oh, well, okay, this person won. Oh, the world's coming to end. This person won. We might be okay. Don't let outside factors determine your retirement plan. That's insane. You have to take control. You want to protect yourself from the election? We have a plan, all right? And again, it doesn't matter. To get you guaranteed income, your Social Security may be affected and may not by politicians in the future.
Sure.
And by the way, it doesn't matter who gets in with that stuff because it's all about money and what the government is just willing to blow and spend and steal from the Social Security system. But it's always going to be there. There's no doubt about it. Social Security will be there in some form. Now, they may try to figure out how to tax it more, which is just a sin because we've already paid taxes on it. But don't let all these outside factors affect you. It's crazy. I mean, you can't do that to yourselves. This is your money that you saved in your 401k. It's yours, right? I mean, I don't think anyone else saved it for you. So why not take control of it? Find out what's going on out there. Don't be a victim of what other people are doing and thinking and have it affect your retirement and when you can retire. Yeah. So I think that's a strong enough message, Jess. I'm trying to say, look, I've been doing this forever. I can help. All right. I can help you work your way through the maze.
Exactly.
But you got to be proactive first.
All right, Steve, I'm going to put you on the hot spot here. What's the one thing many Americans fear more than death?
Oof. I gotta be safe here. I think that's
Okay.
yeah. I was gonna say dentist, but
Good one.
I think I'm gonna go with running out of money.
Running out of money. Okay, that's definitely the number one fear when it comes to retirement, yes. But the number one thing that people fear more than death is retirement, right? So you're almost right. I'll give you half a point there because
interesting. See,
yeah.
that's why, folks, I have Jessica
keeping you
on
on
the
track.
mic. All right, it's so that I can sound, like I know what I'm talking about. So
Well, that's why they paid me the big bucks, buddy.
yes, that's it. So yes, retirement can be a very fearful thing. That is very, very true. Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, 100%. I mean, you work so hard, you sacrifice.
I'm afraid of it. I mean, that's why I'm
Who
never
isn't?
going to retire.
Hey, listen, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, then you don't need to retire, right?
Yeah, somebody said, I don't know who said that, but I think hopefully he's still working, right? Whoever said
I hope
that.
so. If not, the phrase is still working. Well, when it comes to retirement, there was actually a recent survey that found 61% of working Americans, they're more afraid of retiring than they are dying. So I have to know, in your 35 plus years of working with individuals here, do you find that there are more factors when it comes to retirement that folks are, scared of, other than, of course, the number one being running out of money? I mean, what keeps folks on the edge and so scared?
Well, some other things are long-term care. Like right now, I'm not in a situation where my parents need that, but the writing is kind of on the wall. My dad's 91, my mom's 88, and they've lived a very long life. It doesn't mean that they're perfectly healthy. So I'm kind of afraid for them, if they keep going the way they're going, that they may need some sort of care. And then, I mean, I'm in the business. I kind of know what's going on a little bit more than most, but it still keeps me up a little bit at night, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because I just want them to be taken care of, to be set. You know what I mean? And so that's one thing that definitely keeps me up. I mean, I'm maybe a little different because I'm in the business, but I guess if I wasn't in the business, I would think about all these people out there with the millions of choices they have with where to put their money. And it's got to be a minefield for people who really aren't watching and just throwing their money in a 401k plan and hoping and praying that whoever's dealing with it on the other end is looking out for their best interests. And that's going to be a little nervy because 90-something% of the people in America don't have a pension anymore. And a pension, of course, is a guaranteed check. And most people have is Social Security, which, in this neck of the woods ain't going to cut it, So it's got to be scary to think, hey, well, I did a great job saving, but a long-term care stay could wipe most of that out. Bad investment decisions could wipe out a lot of it. So, yeah, I could see people having a little agita, about that. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do and all the years I've been in this business and the experience that I've learned. And believe me, I've made my mistakes along the way. Everyone has. But I've learned from those mistakes, and I want to pass on my knowledge to other people so that they can feel more confident about retiring, because I can see the looks on people's faces when they come in. You know what I mean? Like the finish line's close. It's not just a financial either. It's like let's take someone who's worked at a company for 40 years and now he's going to retire. What's he going to do? Like, what's his day going to be like? He's not going to get out of bed, go to work, see his buddies, do his thing, and come home. He's do this or do that, and not see my friends that I've hung out with for 40 years.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing. And I try to help when I talk to people, say, look, retirement is not just about the check. I mean, it certainly is a huge piece of it, don't get me wrong, but you better have a game plan about where you're going to go and what you're going to do with your spouse. Because guess what? You're going to get reintroduced to that person pretty quick. And you're going to be spending more time with your spouse than you have in the past. And it could be an adjustment. It really could. So I think that's what I try to bring is to say, look, get ready for these things. I can handle the money side for you, but the other side, you got to just pre-plan and think about now, right? So that's how I've seen it over the years develop, Jess. And I think a lot of people see it that way too. And hopefully I can relieve the tension a little bit, the stress that comes with all this stuff. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It could be a good thing to be a little stressed out because it means that you're on top of it and you're looking out for it. It's better than just saying, whatever happens, happens, because that's a awful plan. But I can help you with that. Honestly, I've been doing it forever. I'm not going anywhere. I really enjoy what I do. And my retirement plan is to not retire.
Speaking of bucket list, I know there's lots of golf courses. Obviously, Steve, with Fairway Financial, you're a huge golfer. I know that you have a couple golf courses on your wish list eventually, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, how much would you be willing to pay to get on some of the highest rated courses, right? So GolfSpan, you know them, they rank these as the top 5 most expensive in the U.S. All right. First of all, we got number 1, Shadow Creek. It's in Las Vegas. It's $1,250 in the peak season.
Ridiculous.
Crazy. It's like a mortgage for some folks around the world. Number 2, Pebble Beach, $675. Number 3 here, TPC Sawgrass Players Stadium. It's in Florida, $650. And you got Whistling Straits at $555, and Wynn Golf Club, again in Las Vegas, $550. All right, so even playing one of these courses might mean you got to dip into that savings or your retirement account, Steve. How do you create that fun bucket? So we're sticking with the plan, but we're also doing the cool things like checking off items off the bucket list.
Let me tell you, golf courses are kind of like, they're marketed like high-end clothing, right? Sometimes they're worth it, sometimes they're not. Saddle Creek in Vegas, I actually had an opportunity to play there, and I turned it down. Someone else was even going to pay for it. I just don't want to get in a plane, fly to Vegas, and play a course that is probably beautiful, don't get me wrong, but is so overpriced that as a financial person, I just feel like no one is thinking about the financial side of these things. Now, Pebble Beach, I have been fortunate enough to play. That is worth its weight in gold. That is a gem in America. And it's not the course so much as it is specific holes like you see on TV. The 7th hole, the par 3 along the ocean, the 18th hole along the ocean, the finishing hole. They have like 4 or 5 just breathtaking holes. Maybe actually, I should back that up. Maybe about 7 or 8 breathtaking holes. I will tell you right now that Kings Barnes in St. Andrews is the most beautiful golf course I've ever played on. When it comes to retirement and all these things, right? For me, it's all about, you worked hard your whole life and if you have certain dreams and goals, you want to pursue them. Like the last thing you want to do is to say, I wish I did this and I wish I did that and I could have done this and I could have done that. And I know you're not going to be able to do everything on the bucket list, but wouldn't it be cool a couple of times, one time, whatever, to say, hey, I've always wanted to play there and I got it done. And that's what I'm here to help with, whether it's a beautiful golf course, whether it's a travel destination. I've always wanted to go to Italy or I've always wanted to go to France or whatever. That's the stuff that brings complete joy to Tracy and myself and Kelly and Kimberly and my whole team, because that's what I'm working hard to do. I mean, there's a million financial people out there. I think we're very different because we are a family and, we bring people in, and I don't just talk about money. I talk about dreams and goals and how can we get you there. To me, that's what life's about. And I can help people get there. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not as hard as you think it is if you have the right financial tools. When it comes to retirement planning, it's about retirement income. Okay, you need income to do the things you want to do in life, okay? And the more guaranteed income you have, the more fun you can have with the other money because you have that guaranteed income. That's what retirement income planning is about. That's what I'm here to do. is to make sure that the money you've saved is going to give you the income you need to have a great, fun retirement.
Get more details on the website, fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Steve Anzoni is a licensed insurance provider by the Division of Insurance and is not registered as an investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve Anzoni, Massachusetts Insurance License 3851053. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Read your contract for restrictions, limitations, or penalties. Steve Anzoni is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Steve Anzoni is licensed in your state, please call 508-398-3337.